So my name is Katie Helliwell, and I'm just going to introduce myself. Just bear with me 1 second, because if you know me well, you'll know that I always have tech problems. And this is why Spirit are easily able to upset my tech. Hello, my darlings. So those of you that don't know me, my name is Katie Helliwell. I am a spiritual psychic, and I'm also an activator. So I activate the spiritual gifts within you to really help you elevate to the next level. I truly believe that spiritual gifts and guidance is accessible to each and every one of you, and that you are all very welcome to tap into this guidance and really take your lives to the next level. I see often that people do struggle with this, and that people think it's almost not applicable to them, or that in some way that spirit isn't available for them to tap into and receive guidance. And it's just such a crying shame. It's just such a crying shame that this happens. And mainly this is due to the lack of knowledge and understanding that they don't really know how to even make this available to them. They don't understand how they can actually get guidance for themselves. Now, I've been in this business for all of my life. I've always been a psychic. For those of you that don't know me, just say that if you are watching for the first time and let me know. But I've always been a psychic since I was a very young child. I didn't have an easy journey with it at all, but I'm pleased to say that I've gone on to help thousands globally with passing on guidance and activating their businesses, their lives, reconnecting with their loved ones on the other side, activating their gifts. And I've created a phenomenal platform that is growing, ever growing more and ever growing every day. And it is just a credible experience. It's incredible to be here, and it's incredible to share my knowledge with you all, because together we rise. Together we rise. Now, if you are not brand new and you have been in my world quite a long time, you will notice that there's been an energetic upgrade. So as I was saying, the team have been experiencing oddities, and there's been many, many downloads. There's been many, many insights coming forward from Spirit to me. It is the year of the rise. The year 2022 is the year of the rise. The rise for all the spiritual entrepreneurs, the rise for all the people that are activating their gifts, but the rise for people who are wanting to connect with their spirits and wanting to connect with their guides, because you are done with doing life by yourself. Why should you? You shouldn't have to. Now, I'm going to assist you in what I know and what I've already embodied and what I do on a day-to-day basis with my team, with my people, my tribe, my followers, my people. This is what I do. I help you and I activate you. And this is available for each and every one of you. There'll be different ways that you can connect into spirit, and there'll be different needs and wants and desires from each of you. And that is expected. That will be normal. But in order for us to assist with this rise, I've had to up level, and I've had to upgrade, and I've had to sit and listen and absorb all of the content that I've received since the start of the year and start to implement it myself before I could actually pass it on fully to you. I needed to sit with it, have time, understand, and then pass it on to you. So I would never just send something straight over without understanding it fully myself, and without knowing what it all means, and without understanding how the embodiment supports you as well. And this is what I'm here tonight to start with. But that's not only the best part. The best part is, my darlings, I have found a way to reach you all on a grander scale. So every single month, are you ready for this? There is going to be a training that is going to be epic for each and every one of you. Oh yeah, it's going to be available to each and every one of you. Every single month in this group, there will be a training. You will not need to do anything. You will not need to show up. You need to show up. You'll not need to necessarily show up live. You can watch them on replay. You can watch them at any time. They'll always be available in the group for you to be able to view at any time. So you know how we all binge on Netflix and we all binge on Amazon Prime, or is that just me? Let me know. But you'll be able to binge on spirit. You'll be able to binge on the insight, and you'll be able to absorb it as much as possible. And every time we welcome new people into this group, because we're going to raise awareness, we're going to spread the word, and we're all going to rise together. And every time that happens, they'll be able to come in and they'll be able to activate themselves through these teachings. There will. There will be. I always give full transparency. I am a business. I am. And whilst I give a vast amount for free available, I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't charge for my programs of my work and for those that want to go deeper. So at the end of this masterclass, I will be giving you an opportunity of a lifetime, and I will be presenting some offers to you if this is speaking to you and if you want to continue to work in this industry with me. I have a lot of my students, a lot of my clients live on this call, and they get me all the time. They have access to all my content, yet they still show up for the free content. That speaks volumes. So these are my people. These are my babies, I call them. I don't mean that in a condescending way. They are my babies, and they are the ones that I'm currently activating, and it is an absolute pleasure. And it's something I take very, very seriously, and I see it as an absolute ultimate privilege. So that is what's going to be happening going forward. Spirit and You is going to be huge. And you've heard it here first. And if you're watching this in the future and it's the year 2025 and you're like, oh, there's baby Katie when she first started the rise, right? This is going to be epic. So I cannot wait. And I'm setting the precedent, and we're creating change on the rise for everyone. There we go. Now, the reason for the rise and the reason that we're called more than ever at the moment is the world is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We have been experiencing as humans the most odd things that could possibly take place that nobody could necessarily prepare for, vibrationally, energetically, in any form. We've had crazy things happen. And we've also now been faced with a lot of negativity. There's always something that happens in the world. There's always going to be something on a grand scale, as in wars, as in COVID, which causes a massive panic and a massive collective energy of people being scared or people being unsure or people being simply unwell. There's an awful lot that goes on in the world. And there's two types of people, I would say, that handle it. They're the type that absorb it and they take it all on. And they're the ones that understand that it's happening and understand it's there and understand the best role that they can play is to rise. And the minute they rise and the minute they can, make sure that they're the best version of them and that they can do whatever they can do in order for them to feel empowered, in order for them to shine. And if they focus on that, then they are going to be so looked after, so looked after. So I urge you now to try and just close off from everything that is around you that you can't control. There's going to be many things in life. There's going to be many things, not just on a global place, but in your life that you can't control. And the best thing you can do in those moments is to choose to rise and choose to lean into spirit and lean into your angels and lean into yourself, connect to yourself, go to the tools that you know to be true for you, you know that work for you, and lean on them. That's the best thing you can do. And this is how you rise, and this is how you continue to grow as an individual through difficult situations, through difficult patches in your life, your marriage, your relationships, your parenting, your businesses, whatever it might be. You get to rise because you get to choose to see things in a different way. And once you are open to that direction, and once you choose that path, you are open on a grander scale. So you can start to bring in your guides. Okay, and that's huge. It's life-changing, and it's available for all of you. So on a separate note, we have some competition winners to announce. So thank you all for sharing and helping me reach more people with my message. It means everything to me, and I don't take all of the effort that some of you have had to put in to actually get to share this whole live stream. I don't take it for granted. So thank you so much. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. I have selected 2 competition winners, and they will be announced at the end of this training. The first prize is absolutely phenomenal. You will get access to an academy and all of my signature programs and all of the mini programs that we're going to do for the next 12 months. And you'll get access to meet one-on-one. You'll have a call with me every month for the next 12 months. And you will also receive group access to a group call as well. It's going to be amazing. And I have chosen a winner. There is also going to be one of you that is going to qualify for a 60-minute one-to-one channeled reading with myself and Spirit. You'll be able to see what is going on with you, what is coming up for you, and where your life is needing to go. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So those have been selected, and thank you so much. Every single masterclass, I'll be running competitions, and I promise you that I will give you the best prizes that I can possibly give you. I really, really value your time, just being here present with me and giving me your time, because time is such a precious commodity that if you know me well, you'll know how I feel about time. You'll come to realize it's just something we can't get back and something we give away so freely. So thank you so much for spending your time here with me this evening and with Spirit. I'm going to make it worth your while. So thank you. We are tonight going to talk about the spiritual codes. The spiritual codes. Oh, so excited. But what does this actually even mean? So I'm going to explain to you what this means, because there's been a few people giving me different analogies of what they thought this is going to be tonight. And I was like, yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. That kind of makes sense. But tonight, this is about creating new codes and relearning new beliefs to make space for the guidance to come. Okay, so we'll go into that a little bit deeper and explain, but I promise you it will all make sense. But the only issue we have here is that when people are connecting with Spirit, you've got to come in a way that is pure, and you've got to come to them in a way where we set the intention of how we want this to go through and how we want this to present itself. So this is, if we can go into the connection in a way where the energy is not fully clean, or the codes are disconsorted in some way, then the messages you get back from Spirit can almost be disconnected and not really making sense. So if anyone's actually ever asked Spirit or their angels for any guidance and sat there and gone, please angels, anyone up there, can you just look after me and do this for me today? Or please, can you give me a message for that? And then you don't get anything through, or nothing ever materializes, and you're like, oh, great, doesn't work for me, great, perfect. Then if you feel that way, it's going to be so demoralizing for you. It's going to feel so sad. And it's going to feel almost the point, well, why would you want to do it? Why? And why would you give it your precious time if it's not going to work for you? So we want to change this, and we want to set the new code so that when you actually connect and you spend your precious time there, and when you go into this energy and this vibration, you're going to receive the right insights. Okay, you're going to receive guidance that makes sense for you, and you're going to understand it. And guess what happens then? Your energy shifts. You create the most beautiful experience with Spirit, and it goes so deep. And that's all you want to do then, is reconnect with them and just explore more on this joyous journey. They're like your best friends, your most loving partners, the most caring energy. They will never ever let you down, and it is so powerful. So powerful. But before we begin, I want to set the intention for tonight. So I just want to start off with a little prayer, a little spiritual prayer, and just set the intention for you all. Tia, just to let you know, I've had quite a few messages ping through on the bottom of the screen. People are trying to get into the group. Could you just give them access for me, darling? Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. So I think they're trying to wait to be approved into the group, but there's somewhere that is going off on a chat and everyone is struggling. Thank you. Okay, so just close your eyes for me just one moment, and just place your hand on your heart and just take a deep breath in and out. We're just going to thank Spirit and our guides. Thank them for bringing you all to me tonight and in the future, whenever you are watching this. We are ready now to receive, and we are open to receive the guidance on where we need to make changes to allow the flow of connection. I'm happy here to share my insight, my knowledge, and to give people the first steps that they need to take in order for them to rise. Help everyone to feel loved and calm, serene, to understand that their rise is beautiful, to understand that everything that I explained tonight, they'll be able to implement. Fill them with courage, fill them with the ability to be open, to be reflective, and to understand that this is available to them. Thank you for bringing us all together. Thank you for allowing us this time and this space. We love you, Spirit. Thank you. Now just take a deep breath in and out. And then open your eyes. I love to set the intention. It just makes the whole energy so, so powerful. Okay, so my darlings, let's get started. So what we want to understand is the coding. So we have got coding at the moment that we feel towards spirituality. And each and every one of us has a different code. Now, what I mean by coding is your thoughts, your beliefs, what you've absorbed, what you've already got and what you already feel towards spirituality as a collective, and also towards your guides and your angels as a whole. Now, those spiritual codes have been created in your mind and in your thoughts and in your vibration as a result of what you've actually experienced and what you've absorbed. So what I mean by this is if you think way back into the olden times, before anybody started wearing feather jewelry and having wings on the back of their walls and showing up online and talking about spirituality, before all of those times where it was quite a scary period, and it wasn't too long ago. I say it was in olden times, it was way back, but in hindsight, it really wasn't that long ago. That there were women and there were people that so bravely stood forward with their gifts. They couldn't hold what was in them, into them. It was coming through them, the messages, the power. They understood, they knew things that they couldn't possibly know. People picked up on it, people were aware of it. And guess what happened? They were killed, they were tortured, burnt at the stake for sharing who they are, for being the brave ones, or sometimes being caught out. That's what happened to them. So if you can imagine, we're all connected, all the spiritual souls are all connected, all our healers, all the therapists out there, all the counselors, all the psychics, all the mediums, all the people that tune in, all those channelers, all those coaches, we're all connected, all connected. To be in the line of industry of work where you care for someone, if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you're in the teaching profession, where you care and where you look after people, where you have that ability and you have that passion within you, you have got the compassion and the ability to tune into people and to understand their vibrational needs and feel them on an empathetic level. So when those people so bravely stood forward and they were burnt at the stake and they were beheaded and awful things happened to them, they were ridiculed, awful, that leaves a residual energy. And because that leaves a residual energy, we feel it. We feel it for years to come, generations to come, the future, we feel it. It dilutes over time. The energy does dilute, but it's still incredibly powerful. Now, what we're doing here is creating new codes and new platforms and new ways for the next generation to not feel it and to feel the positivity that spirit brings and the power it brings and the beauty and the love and the healing and the messages. And when someone's grief stricken, to hear from their loved one, to know that they've made it over there okay and they're not alone. I've just got goosebumps everywhere. It's everything. It's everything to people. It's incredibly powerful. And this is our role now. We owe it to our predecessors that were so brave. We say thank you to them for giving us this platform. Because after them, what came next? When they finally stopped burning at the stake, they finally stopped killing them all. it went into, you're crazy, you see spirit, you're crazy, let's put you in a padded cell, let's give you medication, oh my gosh, you're an absolute loon, you're a lunatic. And that has been the one, I think I've got lipstick on my teeth, sorry everyone, that has been the one that has stayed with people the longest. Because even to this day, in 2022, there are people that hit my inbox every single day and they say, you're going to think I'm crazy, but this sounds crazy, but they're leaping to psychic school. They've gone through the course, they've read for people, they've activated their gifts, and then they get another download, they get another upgrade, they get another activation of their senses. And they say to me, you're going to think this is crazy, but is this mad? Is this nuts? And it's like, that is the one of our predecessor energy that is the hardest for us all to shake off. It's the hardest one. And you can let me know how many of you have felt crazy, how many of you felt nuts, and Tia will respond to you and tell you that our inbox is always full of people feeling exactly the same. And if you felt that way, you're probably gifted. In fact, you're 9.9%, 9.99, I can't say the percentages, you know what I mean? 9.9 out of 10 connected and spiritual. And then comes my favorite, which I'm determined to change in some way and bring it in a positive spin. Our lovely media. Our lovely media. Who's seen, let me think of the awful ones, Pet Sematary? Who's seen The Exorcist? Who's seen, let me see, The Sixth Sense? Oh gosh, all these films that are so terrifying. There was the late Derek Acorda, who was ripped apart and ridiculed. There were people like beautiful souls like Lisa Williams, who's a famous psychic. She was ripped apart. She ended up having a really tough time. There's so many negativities around spiritualism. If you pick up a magazine, if you're in the UK, they're called Chat and Women's Own. I know we've got people all around the world here. And the front cover will be something like, I connected to my dead cat through going through ringing bells, and then the cat possessed itself on me and then infiltrated into my energy, and then now I can't get rid of my cat and I'm purring all the time. It's like, what? So then people are like, spirituality is evil, it could penetrate into me and I might not be able to get it back out again. Oh, happened to that woman and a cat, terrible. Oh. There was literally an article in the Sunday paper, I think it was the Telegraph, so one of the well-known ones, one of the more prestigious medias, and it said, it had a picture of a child's eyes that looked really creepy, really scary, big bright eyes. As psychics, we do have quite bright eyes, we do have unusual eyes. Big eyes highlighted with mirrors of spookiness and bright lights coming off them and almost sinister. And it was across the front of the magazine, and it said, your psychic child, is your child possessed? And I was thinking, why would anyone say that? Because then if somebody has a psychic child and the child is waking up at night and it comes in and says, Mom, there's a spirit in my room. Mom, there's a spirit in my room. I've read the paper, my child could be possessed. Oh my gosh, let me check the child's eyes. Do the eyes go weird like this? It's just like, stop it, because all of these things are creating codes within us. We absorb it. It's totally brainwashing us, and it's totally fear and scaring us into thinking that this beautiful energy that's available, those beautiful guardian angels that were born with you at birth and sit with you every single day, waiting for you to ask them for some guidance, waiting for you to tap in. Your beautiful spirit guides that are here to activate and help you on your journey and help you be a human, because let's face it, being a human is sometimes really hard work. But being a human and have a joyful human experience as well as a soulful experience and spiritual, they're there waiting, but we're too scared sometimes, or almost unsure we're doing it right, or scared to even take a first step. Or if we do take the first step, what will be the next download? What will next come through? what are we going to do? Because what if it all goes wrong, and what if something happens? It's crazy. These are the codes that we've currently got. Or if I don't do it right, will I be open to something awful? If I'm not consistent with it, will something attach itself? What if the information I get through is wrong? I've just had a download, but what if that download's incorrect? What do I do? Do I take the action? Do I not? I just don't know. Just don't know. Some of you are so in tune with your intuition. You know, let me know if that's you. Do you get your gut feelings? Like, your gut feelings are so raring to go, and they're like, this is all you need to do. This is it. Or there's a big radar. Nino, 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 don't say yes. Nino, 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 don't say yes. I think I'll say yes, but I feel like it might be wrong. I've said yes. Nino, Nino, Nino. Your spirit guides are like, epic fail on our part. She said yes. So then you take the long journey, you said yes, it's not serving you, come all the way back round, have to start again. You took the long way. The good news is, if you did say yes to something that's not serving you and wasn't right for you, it's not the end of the world, but you learn lessons. You learn things along the way. You pick up life skills. You just take the longer route. So everything I'm going to teach you, you can learn yourself. So I've learned everything myself. And I've had a couple of courses along the way with certain things, but the vast majority of spiritual connection, I have taught myself. I had to, because there was nobody there. There was nobody. And the codes I had at the time were, be careful who you trust. Don't go deep in a meditation. What if you never come back? What if something taps you when you're meditating? What if you end up being really good and then everyone hates you in the spiritual circle because they're jealous? Don't be too good. Don't be good. There was so many things and so many codes that I had to reframe, and I had to restart. And it took me the best part of my life to do this. I've only been public online and sharing who I really am bravely. All those women that got burnt at the stake, all the ones that were locked up, I stayed hidden for all those years. I was a secret psychic. No one knew that I could do it unless you booked through. It's a bit like Hitch, you know, the film Hitch. You had to book through a friend of a friend of a friend. That's the only way you could book me. No one knew. No one knew what I could do. Kept it all a secret. And there's me. Why did I do it? All those predecessors, burnt at the stake, locked up. I was scared that somebody might say something horrible. Poor me. Somebody might say something horrible to me. Somebody might not believe me. Somebody might question me. Can you imagine me back then? I would have been the worst witch ever. I'd have been like, I definitely don't have a gift. I definitely don't look, I can cook. Definitely don't have a gift. And then like, spirit, stop talking to me. I'd be terrible, wouldn't I? I would have been awful back then. I wouldn't have been a brave person standing forward. I'd have been terrified. So what I teach you here and what I'm going to take you through, and if you stay in my presence, what you're going to learn is going to be done on a faster pace. So every single one of you can learn spirituality and can dive into these contexts and all of these details, but you can take it the hard way. You can take it the fearful way, and you can take it to the point where you just don't know if you're doing it right and question yourself, or you can do it under the wings of someone. And I wish there was someone. I was searching and searching and searching for the someone that was who I was to become. So I didn't realize back then I was searching for my higher self, my accomplished self, my spiritually version of me that's activated. I was searching for myself. I was searching for who I was to become. So I was attuned to that. But there wasn't anyone like me. There was not. Now, if you go on the internet, you could probably find several spiritual coaches. They all do different things. They all do different ways, different mentors. You could go on different psychic courses. People talk openly about it now. But I didn't know. I didn't know. There wasn't that then. There was nothing. And because of that, it drove me. It made me do it. And I did it not to be this person here now presenting to you all. Didn't do it for that reason. I did it to stop the chatter, to stop myself going crazy. And I didn't even do it to get guidance for me. I didn't know till 4 years ago that you could do that, because my coding was, that's selfish. Selfish. You can't ask spirit for you. That's selfish. Don't do it. Give, 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 give. Because we're told to give, aren't we? Give, 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 give. Don't have anything for you. How is this benefiting you? This is not what you should do. So I was like, I better not ask anything then. Better not. So I didn't. I didn't at all. Until I hit the public eye. And then I was like, I'm calling you all in. You're all going to have to step up and you're all going to have to help. And this is where you've got to step up now. This is where you've got to call in for the help, because there'll be parts of your life now that you need guidance on. You know, list it now. If you could ask spirit or ask for guidance on something in your life now, if your codes were reframed, what would you be asking for? What guidance would you like? What clarity? What connection would you be after? Would you want to meet your guide? Would you want to get insight on how to create more wealth for yourself? Would you want to activate the channels of freedom? Would you like to step up in your job? Would you like to have a relationship that lights you up and gives you goosebumps? What is it that you want to bring forward? Do you want to activate a gift that you know you've got, but you think you've suppressed? What is it that you would do? What would you call in your coding? What would you ask for? Think about it. The world is your oyster. You can ask for anything. It's exceptional. It's exciting. It can be overwhelming. There's no limit on what you can ask for. So what is it that's the most important to you? If you're going to go through these recodes and if you're going to reframe and start this work, we need to know why. Why is it important to you? Why does it light you up? Why is it you're here tonight? Why you give me your precious time? What is it that you're desiring? Let's get into that. Let's feel it. Let's take a moment. So we need to create new codes, okay? I'm looking over here because I've got a few bullet points, by the way. I haven't gone crazy. So we need to create new codes. We need to be aware of what it is that we want to bring forward, but we need to create new codes to be able to activate those channels and allow it all to come through. Now, the way to start creating new codes is to know that it's safe. You are safe. Nothing is going to happen to you that is going to be detrimental. And you can't say yes to a decision with the radar, no, going off, don't choose me, don't choose me. Even if you do choose that, as I said to you, nothing bad's going to happen to you. You just take the longer route. They just put you back on track and you might learn a few life lessons along the way. No harm in that, is there? It's not the end of the world. But you've got to understand that once you ask for guidance, there's nothing bad that can come back on you. You will receive in the most divine way. So I need to make you fall in love with spirit. I know that sounds a little bit like, what? You want me to fall in love with spirit? This is probably the first time I've ever watched anything to do with spirituality. What are you going on about? Or even if you're established with spirit and you feel that you are really connected and you're just wanting to connect to your guides and you're wanting to just get that extra push and you've done all the groundwork. You've done the groundwork already. You've got a good relationship. You're ready for more. This is fantastic because you can always accept new codes. Doesn't matter where you are on your journey. Doesn't matter how far you've got. You can always accept new codes. New codes are always available. Always, my darlings. And we can upgrade and get excited by them at every opportunity. All right. So the new codes, let's just think about what you've absorbed in the media. So that's number one. You've got to be aware of it. But I wouldn't be aware of what your ultimate fear would be or what you feel is not applicable to you. So if you don't think this is going to work for you, that's a code. If you don't think you're good enough to receive guidance from spirit and trust it, that's a code we need to reprogram. We need to reprogram your codes. It's interesting. It's a limitation. It's a block. Anything where you try and connect to your guides and try and connect to spirit for guidance for yourself, when you're in that vibration, the messages will be distorted. Go do. What was that? I didn't hear it. Or you'll get a sign. You'll get angel numbers. but what do they mean? I'm seeing feathers everywhere, but what are they saying? I see robins, but I don't know why. What is spirit trying to tell me? What is happening? The codes will be distorted because you've got codes that need to be cleaned and reprogrammed. That's why. So is anyone resonating with this? Give me some love hearts, let me know. I will be checking everything, I promise. But Tia, I trust, is doing a great job. So we need to program these. We need to clean it all up. So let's go into the beauty of it. Imagine that spirit are sending you clear, concise direction. They will communicate it to you in a way that you love to communicate in general, because that's the easiest channel for them to come through. So for example, if you are a person that loves angel signs and you do love that energy, then guess what? They'll send you their information and they'll talk to you and communicate to you through angel signs. If you are a music lover, you love music, you listen to it all the time, it's your activator. A song just takes you way back to those years where you can just connect into that energy. Then guess what? Spirit will communicate with you when you start opening up through music. They'll send you song lyrics. They'll play something and it will speak to you. It won't just make you want to bop along in the car. It will stop you in your tracks, give you the full body goosebumps, and it will speak to you. It will be powerful. If you are a person that loves to learn, you love to learn, they'll pop a mentor in front of your face that you need, that will activate you, that will allow you to understand what all this is meaning. What is it they say? When the student is ready, the mentor appears. It's true. How did I not find you years ago? Why weren't you there back then? You weren't ready then. You weren't ready to find that person. But you're ready when you do, when you resonate with what they say. And that's powerful. If you are a person that loves to chat, you love a good gossip, you're on the phone to your friends all night, FaceTime me, FaceTime me. If you are a person like that, or you're a person in your business that's always on video, you're always chatting, you're always showing up live, you're loving the energy, if that is you, then guess what? You need to communicate to spirit the same way. You need to be chatty, you need to talk to them, you need to reach out to them. If you're a writer, who here's a writer, likes to sit and just ponder with their own thoughts, likes to make lists, to-do lists, likes to get themselves organized, likes to create, likes to put things on paper, likes to share insight. Maybe you wrote poems, maybe you were good in English as a kid, whatever it might be. Guess what? You need to write to spirit. You need to communicate with them. Dear spirit guides, I would love to communicate with you. I would love to receive guidance on this part of my life. Because if I receive guidance on this part of my life, then I'm going to have clarity on where to go next. Dear spirit, I want clarity, but I don't know what I want clarity on. Can you help me? And they'll communicate to you that way. They won't write back to you. They will if you channel right, but that's not for everyone. That's probably a bit more advanced. If you channel right, they'll respond to you. But what they will do is they'll send you opportunities. Things will work out. The craziest thing happened, Katie. I communicated and I said this, and then all of a sudden I got a phone call with this. Isn't that mad? The oddest thing happened. I was just about to ask this person if they would do this, this, and this with me, and then they phoned me up and they asked me anyway, and they'd already booked it. Isn't that strange? Is that spirit or is it a coincidence? This is what I get. People are baffled. People are crazed by it. And then it creates another code. What if I'm actually just mad and wishful thinking of this? And this is all just me and some kind of crazy coincidence that's just taking place. What if it's not? This is the codes that we put in. So this is continual work. This is continual removal and reprogramming all of the codes that are cropping up. But you don't have to reprogram them all in one go. You do them steadily, you do them slowly, and you do them at your own pace. Because this is available. This is there for you to take. This you can implement now, this evening, in this moment. You're doing it now. You're starting the process, just being here and being present. You're starting it. You're doing it. You're here. And that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And it will continue to change. It will continue to grow. The codes will keep coming. You'll create new ones. And you'll have the most beautiful connection. You'll be reconnected with your loved ones on the other side, if that's what you desire. You'll be reconnected with the loved ones that are living, because you'll feel them on a deeper level. The connection around you doesn't just link into spirit, links into every aspect of your life. Spirit will guide the right people to you. You'll become an energetic match, and you'll rise up to the point where you'll rise to reach the people and the love and the desires and the opportunities and the clients and everything that is meant for you. You'll activate your gifts one by one in a beautiful vibration. And you won't be one of those people that is connecting from a distorted, low, confused, old codes. We'll create new ones, higher vibration, clean them up, and we'll connect from that energy. And the energy of that is just so powerful. It's so, so powerful. And that's what's important. I feel like I need a moment. Wow. Who feels the energy? Who feels it rising? Who feels some self rising? So I want you to think now about your boundaries. There's two things I want you to take away from this. Number one is your boundaries. So what is it? So you've got your codes, you're aware of them, but think about your boundaries for spirit. Because when we start this process, we don't just open up to anything. We don't just open up and allow any old Tom, Dick or Harry to come and give us guidance. We open up to the highest vibration. I only work with the highest of energies, the purest of energies. And because you are rising in this process by cleaning up your old codes and making new codes, and because you're doing that, you will elevate and you will have a higher vibration as well. So you'll only work with the purer energies. So there's nothing at a lower scale. So the distortion, the fear of something wrong, giving you guidance, is gone, because it's not possible from that level. It won't work, won't come to you. So now, if you think about it, what are your boundaries? What are your boundaries with spirit? There's some things we don't want clarity on. We might not want to know about our children. We might not want to know about our own future. Maybe we want to see what comes forward, but we want to have guidance for the here and now. Everyone's different. Everyone's got different thoughts, different vibrations, different feelings towards this. So you need to find yours, what your boundaries are, and spirit will respect that. They'll respect your boundaries. They'll respect what you want to bring in and the information you're happy to receive. That's enough. They'll work with you in your parameters, but you need to be aware of what they are. And you need to set those parameters from a place of new coding and not from old fears and old codes that aren't even yours, to start with. So you set them from a new vibration and we activate from there. But to do that and to know that you're making progress with all this, you need to be aware of your vibration. So in this moment right now, how are you feeling? On a scale of 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, how high is your vibration right now? And this isn't a competition. You're not going to win a prize for telling me what vibration you are, but if you want to share in this moment, then share. What is your vibration? And know that wherever you are, there's always room for growth. Even if you're at the 10, there's always room. But it's something you should be asking yourself on a regular basis, because that's how you'll know the codes are working, that you're creating new ones, that you're operating on a higher level, because the codes will be cleansing you, raising your vibration. You'll be getting more support from spirit, and you'll be elevating, you'll be rising. And that's so powerful. But if you're not aware of yourself and you're not asking yourself these questions, how will you know you're making progress? How will you know that you've elevated? How will you know that you've got up to the next level? You won't, will you? You'll just kind of be wondering, have I really made progress? Not sure. I suppose I do feel a bit better. We don't need that. We want to be aware. We're not on the hamster wheel of life here. We are on the vibrational uplift, and we're creating new codes, and we're changing our lives and going into a higher version of ourselves to live life how we're supposed to be living it, on the ultimate energy. So the codes need to be there. They need to be processed, but we need to be aware of our vibration in conjunction with all of this. And that's what works. This is how you get what you want. This is how you call in your desires. And there's nothing wrong with that. You are deserving of it all. You get to have it all. And it gets to be the most joyous and beautiful experience of your life. I just wanted to add that in there, my darlings. So let me see what you are all saying. I trust that you're being looked after by the gorgeous Tia. I trust that you are. She's amazing at helping me this evening. So let's have a look. We have angel numbers galore. Hello, hello. I'm seeing the angel numbers. Yes. It's okay if it's activated you and made you realize the things that you need to do, action you need to take. That's good. Wonderful. Any coldness or any temperature changes, this is spirit. This is just spirit, don't worry. That's what they do. It's not a bad thing at all. It's a good thing. Wonderful. I'm so proud of you all. Thank you so much for being here. Fantastic. Okay. Right. So, thank you so much for all your comments. Thank you so much for being here. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just so grateful that you give me your time. I'm so grateful that you're present here in the moment. But I am going to give you all a chance to come on board and experiment with this and really understand how you can do this on a fast pace, and you can do it with somebody looking after you. So I'm going to offer you the chance to jump in to the spiritual coding class. It's a mini course and it's going to be done very, very quickly. There's only going to be 4 live sessions, which you'll always have access to. You'll always be able to get access to them. And you'll be able to shift, understand how to create the new codes, how to activate the new codes, and how to activate the guidance for you. But you'll be able to have support with it, which is what you all need. So you can come on board and you can have this, and it's available for you to purchase. It's on sale now. Now, I'm just going to share with you a bit of information on a couple of things, because we are in celebration of us rising. When I say us, I mean my business and us as a collective rising. So here we have it, the spiritual coding course. Now, Tia, one of my team, is going to drop this link into the comments. But before you click on it and try and read it, just read it with me here on the camera. So here is the information on the rise and also on what we're going to cover. So session 1, we're going to uncover your current spiritual coding. So we're going to go deeper into what you've already picked up and what you're feeling. We're going to go into session 2, creating the new spiritual code. So what I've taught you, but on a far deeper level. Session 3, we're going to activate those codes. You're going to start getting the guidance through straight away. And then we're going to have your questions answered. Imagine having all of these questions, all of these things coming forward, and how do I do it? What do I do next? All answered for you. It's all going to be given. And you'll be able to watch these back. You don't have to attend live. You can ask questions in a private Facebook group, and you can also get activated by watching them over and over again for as long as you need access to. So the beauty of this is, if you are a one-to-one client, now you've already been notified if you are already one of my one-to-one clients. If you are one of my one-to-one clients, or you are in Psychic School, do not purchase. I repeat, do not purchase. You will receive access to this as part of your program and as part of your course. So you already have access to this, and you'll be available to join the group and to indulge in all the content. So the price, if you are not in the program and you're not one of my clients, the one-off price is either 222, so £222, or you can pay over 12 months, and it's £22 per month. However, what I want to offer you all is the chance to come into my signature program of Psychic School. Now, Psychic School is a phenomenal experience. You get to learn how to connect to yourself. You get to have live one-to-one contact. You get to have tests. You get to have experiments. We get to learn how to channel. We have so much great content. And you get to learn how to meditate, master your skills, and so much more. It's a beautiful community. Now, Psychic School is open twice a year. So if you are ready to begin in the next round, which will be October, you will be able to, if you join now, secure your place. You'll have access to instant content, plus this course, the spiritual coding, plus every additional course that I create through a masterclass for the next 12 months. So instead of paying £222 or £55 or £22 a month, you pay £597, or you pay 12 payments of £55, and it's lifetime access. So Psychic School is live. You have lifetime access. It's an incredible offer, and it's only going to be available on this round. It's going to go up in price, Psychic School. So now is the time, if you're considering it was something you were sitting on the fence with, now is the time to start. The other option I've got for you all is the Activate Mastermind. So as I was saying, there's going to be a lot of changes going on in the business and in the group. Now, this is a phenomenal offer, and it's only on a half price at the moment. Okay. You will get access to all of the courses from now for the next 12 months that I'll be doing as a result of these masterclasses. Every single masterclass is going to be a little course for you to upgrade into. You will be able to get those included. You'll also be able to access my signature programs, Fast Track to Spirit, which is deepening your connection. It's channeled trainings directly from Spirit. Relevé, which is relevating to your vibration and rising. It's the most in-depth and activating course that I can ever give you. It's incredible. It's activated clients so cleanly that they have literally channeling like there's no tomorrow. How to build a six-figure spiritual business. So you've got a gift, you've got a healing ability, you might be a coach, you might want to start out and make this something more. Why shouldn't you financially benefit from it? The more money you make, the more impact you make, the more people's lives you change, and the more good you can do in this world. You also get access to the Activate Academy. There's 22 courses in there that you can start to work through in your own time. You can pop me on your headphones, take me on your dog walk, take me to the gym with you, you know, sit in the bath and watch me, whatever it is you want to do, however you want to spend your time. You can binge on all of this content that is going to elevate your life and have you so activated and so in tune. You will just absolutely love it. You will also be able to speak with me directly and receive direct channeling just for you, 30 minutes every month just for you. And in addition to that, there'll be a monthly group call for you to meet other incredible souls that are on your energetic level. Now, this alone is worth well over £6,000, but I'm offering it for you here. If you pay in full, between now and the 30th of April at the discount price of 2,497. There is no other way that you can work with me one-to-one at that level and receive access to all that content for that price. It's just not possible. I will never be offering anything at that price ever again, ever. So if you do want to jump in and grab it now, or if you're an existing client and you want to renew for next year, you absolutely can by just clicking that button. It's all you need to do. It is incredible and it will change your life in every way. There is also payment plans available for you if that makes life easier. So those are the 3 options, and you can start the process now. It's so exciting to see where this could take you and what could come forward for you and what we could activate and what we could create together. Is just absolutely phenomenal. It's life-changing working with spirit. And it's something that will literally, I try and find the words for it. I try. And I think sometimes my clients do a better job of it than myself at finding the words of what it actually does for you. But it's life-changing and it's all you'll ever know. People search so much outside of themselves and questioning what they're supposed to do and questioning what guidance is coming through and what might be next for them, when all the answers they're seeking are already there with them. They're already there, ready for them to take. The guidance is there for you to activate. You're special enough to have a gift. You're special enough to receive guidance. You're special enough to elevate and rise your vibration no matter what you've been through. Every single one of you can rise with this, and every single one of you can explore and have life-changing experience. It's just incredible. And it's all there for you to say yes to. So no matter where you are on your journey, you are there. There's options for you to continue and to grow and to flourish. And I'm with you every step of the way, me and spirit. And we'll talk from our guides to your guides until you're ready, until you've got your wings and your communication, your direct hotline to spirit. And then you won't need us as much. And that's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. But we're here for you whilst you need us. It's so amazing. Okay, so I'm going to announce the winners. Okay, are you all ready? So who entered our competition? Let me know who entered the competition. Let me know, give me some love hearts. Did you enter? The drum rolls are coming. Yeah, amazing. So Tia, if you could also just make sure that you pin the post for me as well to the top. If you can, pin the comment that you've put on there, that'd be great. Oh, look at you all give me love. By the way, I haven't paid any of my clients or any of my existing students to come on and promote me. I haven't, guys, I promise. They all just, bless them, they're just lovely. They're amazing souls. And they're doing it all themselves. They are. I'm just the guidance, I'm just the bridge. They do it as well. They do all the hard work. I'm going to give you all guys some love and shout outs back because you action. You take the steps, and I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of you. And you're all so different. You're all so different. You've all got these amazing bespoke gifts. It's just incredible what you've got. It's fabulous. So amazing. Okay, right. You all have, I know there's been so many of you that have entered. So many, so many, so many. I'm going to announce who the winner is. Are you ready? Do a drum roll. Okay, so we have a winner of the 60-minute reading, the 60-minute one-to-one direct reading with me and spirit, channeled. Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't know if she's on live. Let's see. Is she on live? Rhonda, you have won. Rhonda Arnott, you have won. I hope I've said your surname right. Let me know. But Rhonda, if you are on live, you have won a free 60-minute one-to-one reading with me, and I will be contacting you to get you booked in the diary. So congratulations, well done to you, and thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you all sharing so much, because the more people that actually get this information, the better it's going to be for everyone. Okay, so Rhonda, if you are watching, well done, well done. We are so proud of you. Let me see if I can tag her in actually. Rhonda, does it come up if you tag? Can you do that? Now, I'm about to announce the winner of the bigger package. Oh, I can tag her. Wow, I'm so impressed. There we go. She won't know what she's won though, because I didn't type the rest, but there we go. So, Rhonda, well done, my darling. I'm so proud of you. Now, I'm about to announce the winner of the big package. Okay, I sound really weird saying that. I'm going to have to find a better word for it. It's not a big package. It is, I've done so well to not say anything untoward on these lives. Normally I do put my foot in it quite a few times. Let's have a look. Yeah, you're all laughing. You're all laughing. I know. Those of you that know me well know that I'm never normally this well behaved. Okay, but here we go. The person that has won the Activate Academy. Oh, Rhonda's here. The Activate Academy, Activate Mastermind even Academy. The biggest, there's no other way, biggest package, the biggest package. So this person's going to receive access to all my signature programs, 12-month support, monthly one-to-ones with me, like monthly direct channel to spirit, Activate Academy, 22 courses in there. They're literally going to be like the Ready Brett kit. They're going to be so empowered, so enlightened, so ready. And the lady that has won this is wonderful. And by the way, Spirit chose these people. I haven't chose them. So I'll just take the responsibility off me because it's too hard. The lady that has won this is Helen Roberts. Congratulations, Helen. I'm so, so proud of you. And I'm so happy to have you even closer for the next year. And it will just be an absolute wonderful experience to get to know you even more and to have you in my energy space. So thank you very much for entering, and thank you very much for sharing. You are our winner, and it's just an amazing prize. Now, I told you I deliver. I give you the results, I give you the connection, and I hear and I'm giving you all the time everything that I know to be true, everything I know that I've implemented, everything I know that works. I don't hold back. That's not the way I work. I give to you the guidance. It is in my interest that together we rise. I can't do this work all by myself. It's too much. I can't. And the more people that rise, the more people that elevate their energy, and the more of us that stand proud and stand up and activate our gifts, the better the world is going to be. The better the world is going to be. So this is the time. This is the time for you all to rise. And this is the time, I can't stress to you enough, how if you activate yourself and you activate your coding and you stand forward and you say yes, and you're in my vibration now, where we're going to rise beyond all expectations. It's going to be the biggest rise of ever. And I'm at the point now where you get to learn all of this and you get to hold on tight to someone that's going for it and is really raring to go, and you get to be a part of that journey. There's no power like that. There's no energy like that. This is what you need. This is what you're going to push you forward and elevate you to the next level. And I'm not holding back, and neither should you. So the links are available to you. The course is there. Whichever one that you want to go into now, whichever one feels right for you, say yes to and do it. And your wings will be grown, and it will be an incredible experience. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for your time, your energy, for being here, for sharing spirit, for loving spirit, for being brave, and for being you. I love each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I love you. Mwah. Bye.